It's week 2 of the NFL, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Eagles and the Giants coming up next.
It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Everyone's still celebrating the return of regular season football, and we're away in week 2. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often. Quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations around the goal line, he finds a way to get in, but it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Trying to get it with the option here. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
The Eagles are in punt formation. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
There were times, I'll be honest with you, Kate, that I wish I played baseball. Because you have a bad outing, like this QB did last week with no touchdowns, a couple interceptions. In baseball, you get to play the next day. You get to flush it right away. He's had to sit on it all week long, and you know he wants to rectify it here.
That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's to his running back, Devin Singletary. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. 2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Catch is made, it's Jalen Hyatt. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs. He'll throw it yet again. He finds Slayton.
And he works this to the 38 before going down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
He finds Johnson. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Hyatt with the grab. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Still sticking with the passing game. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
They'll throw it again. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he was able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You could just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that could create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Juke the defender. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Drew Phillips making the tackle.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Punting unit out now. And this will be his second effort of the contest. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. Punt meets him at the 28. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it'll be Giants football. The Giants taking the field for their second possession. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. from the 43. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 3rd and short. Throwing from the gun here. Toward the sideline, and he locates Johnson. 3 yards there, and enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He'll cobble together a yard there. Sidney Brown in on that stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Hyatt going in motion right. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Finds Hyatt. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
All set up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, a carry by Singletary. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He's got it at the 6! And that's a New York touchdown! It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
That one right down the middle. And the Giants drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. He fields it from the 8. Returns looking good so far. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Hauled in left side. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
A play fake now hurts to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more...
Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. It's a 2-score game early. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. They're out now, ready to punt it. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's just going to fair catch this one. That's brought in at the 39-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Singletary. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Back now, pressure on its way. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face second and long. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Connects with Johnson. And he's gonna get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Throwing on third and long. He lets a heater go deep. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, New York! The Giants take a 20-zip lead. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Giants stretch their lead to 21. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down, a run with Barkley. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's second and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's on the move. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB. And it gave him just enough room to run.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. On 4th down, Hurts. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. We'll pause here for an injured player, and that's Amari Cooper who's being worked on after that play. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 21. Couldn't connect there. Incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Hurts throwing again. He brings it in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles start to fight back with their first points of this game. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles get it back to a 14-point game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Giants ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. To throw it on first down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, looks like the 30. Third and a lone yard coming up. Gives to Singletary from the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Fourth down punt upcoming, Brock, and here's Austin McNamara to put his leg into it. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. On first down, Hurts. Short pass brought in. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brian Burns coming up with the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. Throw left side, complete. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Hurts looking to throw. That one's complete, right side. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought to a halt by Deonte Banks. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They are throwing it again. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. He's contained at the line for no gain. Bobby Okereke making that stop.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
Running back, motioning right. On third down, it's Hurts. It is cut left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
1st and 10, here's Hurts. He gets it complete to Will Shipley. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. Second down now, 7 to go. Barkley trying this up the gut. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still second down.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. From the pistol, Hurts. That's going to be cut by Shipley. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They're running the option, short side. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Eagles driving ahead. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Man in motion here. Hurts to throw. That's complete. Here's Brown. Nothing doing there as he gets out of bounds. Back of the line. 5 men in the secondary for the G-men now ahead of third down. Here's Hurts. Oh, he got free. But there's too much pressure, and he's brought down. The Giants using their first timeout as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. The kick by Hopkins is good. And they'll get him back to 11.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants about to get to work on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Airing it out to start this drive. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 34. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. All right, defense did its job. Forced the offense into a third and long, and that, in large part, partner, led to that interception.
Such a dichotomy, Kate, in so many ways. Offensively, we hear all the time what? Stay on schedule, avoid these situations. Defensive coaches, you know what they say, earn the right to rush the passer, earn the right to make them one-dimensional, and when you do, go pay it off. And they did in the biggest of ways with that huge INT.
Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
So now here's 3rd and 5. separating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. He takes a knee, and that's going to run out the final couple seconds of half number 1. That's going to bring us to the end of this first half of football with the Giants holding things down in East Rutherford. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. Justin Jefferson with 3 touchdown receptions.